Hi viewers, I welcome you to this Programming World channel. Yes, in this channel we posting videos which can help you to learn the C programming, and also in coming days we post the videos in other programming languages also. So definitely that will help you to learn the programming in different languages and be ready for what placement perspective. Okay. So in this regard, already we have posted videos about the C programming elements in different videos. The viewers, those who are new to this channel, I welcome you. And also, please, I request you to subscribe in this channel and click on the bell notification. Click on the bell symbol to get the notification, and please go through the videos whatever I have posted already in this channel. Okay, right. So now we move to this class 11 session. So in this tutorial, I will cover about the arrays in C programming. Yes, arrays is a collection of similar type of elements, and elements are stored in a sequence. Sequence in the sense next to next position. How we people sitting in a row, right? So in the same way, okay. So the elements will be stored in a sequence, one by one, in a line or in a sequence, or we can say like in a linear fashion. And in array, what happen is when the elements are getting stored in the computer memory, the computer memory blocks will be used and the sequential memory blocks will be used. Okay. So according to the type of array, what happen is the memory blocks will be taken. For an example, suppose if we want to store multiple integer values in an array concept, what happen is, as per this computer architecture, the 4 bytes of memory block will be given one by one to our the integer array. So and also the 4 bytes of memory blocks will be in a sequential order. So what happen is the elements will be arranged in a contiguous manner or in a sequential manner. Okay. So what about the advantages of using arrays? So the advantage is very simple. First, you see, when we want to store more values and also the same type of values, what happen is the people, those who are not aware of arrays, they may create individual variables and storing the different values, or else they may go with what the same variable to have the different values at runtime. But whatever it is, they may lose the previous values, and also that may not be given as a final output. Okay. So that's a problem we may have when we go with what individual variables for storing multiple values in the same type. But if you go with what the same same or in a single variable scope, what happen is that may give us a very simple manner to access the elements in a easiest way. Okay, so that's why we prefer arrays to access more elements which are in the same type, and that could be what useful for implementing so many complex problems like sorting, searching, like that. Okay, so arrays are very essential part of programming, and also definitely we people have to be familiar on arrays and also how we can access the elements in array for getting our placements. Okay, so in this video, you can see that I have provided the syntax could be used for what making an array. So the very first, as we declare the variable, okay, as we declare the variable like integer, float, or character, we have to provide the variable type. I mean the array type with the help of what the data type name. Afterwards, only you have to create the array variable. Okay, array variable, that is what user defined one. Okay, so you can create the array in which name you want to access in your code. Okay, afterwards you have to indicate the size of the array, in the sense the maximum elements you want to process in the array. Okay, usually what happens now, if you take a shell or in the shelf, we declare what about the maximum space we may have, and also we can able to store the elements. Likewise, we have to provide the size factor here to declare what about the array size could be used for storing multiple values in the same data type. Okay, so I given an example also how to create an integer array. You can see that int, okay, that's a data type for the values which will be stored in our array. So array of 5. Okay, so please understand array, it is not a keyword here. It is what a user defined label. Okay, so with the help of this syntax like square brackets and also within that what you provide, so the compiler able to identify this variable. It is what? Yeah, an array. Okay, it is not a single variable. Okay, it is a variable. There multiple values can be stored. So likewise, the compiler will be understanding about the scope of this variable. Okay, so now you can see that how the array elements can be accessed, in the sense how we can feed the input to our array, and also how we can read the elements one by one from our array. Okay, so here you can see that the array index, okay, in the sense the elements which are in the position. Okay, it is not about the memory or address of a element. It is about what we giving a label that like what you are in a first position, you are in a second position, third position, like that. Okay, but the people may be from what different locations. Okay, but that we don't access. We access only what in which order the items are placed. For an example, like if it is in a sequential order, we just providing a label where we can able to access the elements just by through the label. So here the index that gives that label support, and also by default it starts from 0. Okay, for an example, if you have the array size as 4. For example, here you can see that array size is what 5. Okay, so the index, okay, the index of this array is like 0 to 4. Okay, 0, then 1, then 2, like that. Okay, up to 4. That means what? N minus 1. So simply we can say that, okay, 0 to n minus 1. So n minus 1 or size minus 1. Okay, so this is a very important thing you have to understand. And one more thing, how to process the element. Please understand, without loops also we can able to access the element. But if you go with loops, what happens? The sense that may reduce your number of lines in the code. Okay, because if you go without loop, we have to provide the index in each statement of our program, and we have to explicitly take one by one. But whereas if you go with the loop, so we know that the repetitions can be done with the help of loop, and also it reduces your program size. My dear students, please understand, here we recommend what please go with the loop structure. That may reduce the energy and also saves the resources of our computer, which help us to maintain a sustainable code. Okay, so in that perspective, we suggest the for loop structure or while loop structure can help you the size of your program could be reduced. Okay, right. So now I move on to what the program what I have made for this to represent how you can have the static values for your array, and how it could be processed with the help of what a for loop. Okay, so here you can see that. Okay, my dear viewers, please understand, for loop is a very simple and best loop, can help us to access the elements in the array. Okay, right now I come to this. Here you can see I have declared the array, but actually I didn't specify the size of the array. I just feed the inputs, the number of inputs given here like 10, 20, 30, 40, 40. These are all the different elements could be stored in our array, but those are in a sequence like 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay, and one more thing, we have a variable like I, that is what the loop variable, which can use to take the index position of your elements to access them one by one. Okay, here you can see that this kind of array representation, it represent what? Static values. Okay, array with static values. Okay, array with static values. Why? In the sense, when static in the sense what, always this array will get the same elements. Why? I tell you the reason. Whenever you execute this program, you want to have the same set of elements to be considered. Okay, so in some problems you can find we want to define these are the set of elements could be taken for my array or my problem. Okay, so in such cases we can define our own what user defined values in our array sequence. That's why we use this what array sequence with static values like 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay, afterwards, yeah, we just provide the information what about the elements stored in our array. Okay, so here you can see that the for loop which comes with different parts. One is the initialization part where it takes what the array index as 0. Afterwards, it checks the size of our array. Here we have taken only 4 elements. So I less than 4. So it means what? If the size is 4, then up to n minus 1 or 3, up to that the elements are stored. So we have to process the index positions like 0, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so up to 3 we have to process our array elements. Afterwards, what happen is the loop will be stopped. Okay, and you know the meaning of I plus plus already I told you, which helps you to what update the index variable to jump on the next to jump to the next index position to access the next array element. Okay, right, now I go and execute this, but before that I would like to tell you what is in the printf statement. Here I display the position, in which position the element is stored, what element is stored. So this percentage d, that's about what the index value. Okay, then percentage d, this after the equal symbol, what percentage d you have, that is what the element what is stored. So array of I, that's about what the content stored, data stored like 10, 20, 30, 40. These are all what the data or values or content. Okay, so array of I, it represent what the content, okay, or data. So now here you can see that once I execute that, you can find what's happening in this output screen. Yes, now you can find it. Okay, it's coming. Yeah, elements in the array. What about the position? Here you can see that the index position is what, 0, and then 1, 2, 3, like that. It gets incremented one by one. As I told you, up to size minus 1 or n minus 1, that will be used. And what about the elements stored in the sequence? You can see that in the 0th index, we have the element 10. And the next position, you can find the element 20. And in the next position 2, you can find the element 30. And the next index position 3, the element is 40. And once the elements, and once the push, I mean, the index value get incremented, it is what, 4. What happen is 4 less than 4, the condition false, automatically this loop will be exit. Okay. So in this video, I just introduce what is an array and what about the benefits of the array and how it could be accessed with the help of what the for loops. And one more thing I want to show it in this, I told you about the memory blocks, no? So how you can get the memory blocks of your array. Okay, so I just show you that the memory size, the memory block stored. Okay, so here memory blocks used to store your array. So printf, okay, memory block equal to percentage u, that is what unsigned integer. Then you have to provide the variable like array of I. Okay, so now you can array of I ampersand symbol. Okay, because it is a reference that displays what the array location, I mean the value which is stored in the particular memory block. Okay, now you can see them one by one. Okay, before that, I would like to do one thing. The new line character is to be used in this. Okay, so yeah, now we go and execute that. The same results we will get it, but along with memory blocks where it is stored, you can see that the zeroth index, I mean the element 10 where it is stored, address like 6487552. Told you this is an integer array, so you can get the memory block sequential and also what 4 bytes length. So what happened is after this you can see the next four, after 4 bytes, the next memory block from next bytes 5 bytes. Okay. And one more thing you can see the next block that's about starting from 60. You can see the 4 bytes difference in each block, but all those are what sequential block because 555 to 552, 556, 560, 564. These are all what 4 bytes length of sequential blocks. So as I told you, the array elements are stored in a sequence and sequential memory blocks will be used. So the computer will take very less time to take the next element to read or process. Due to that, what happen is this array can help you to have the sustainable code because you can store multiple values in a sequence. And one more thing, the for loop which helps you to implement the code very easily. So that reduces the size of water processing or making your solution in a very simple manner. Okay. So in this video, I just cover about the introduction of array and what about the advantages of using array and how the memory blocks could be used for storing and also accessing our array. And finally, I have added one more term that is about what the sustainable code because many companies now they're looking for what having the sustainable code where the computer energy could be saved and also what reducing heat and also the CO2 emission in the environment. So my dear people, so in that perspective also we have to look forward to providing best solution our optimal solution to save the computer resources and maintain the environment in a very perfect manner. I mean, avoiding the pollution in our environment. That is a very, very important one. That's why I recommend please be familiar on arrays and also the sustainable code structure, which can help you to be maintaining the environment in a very good manner. Okay. Thank you all, and I request you if you like this video, please like it and share it with your friends and family members, which can help the people those who are studying in schools or college to get ready for their placement. Thank you for watching this.